Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
In today's podcast, we're covering the 2001 movie, wow, right. Osmosis Jones. Can't believe it's that old.
Yes. And this movie started the entire city inside the human body plot long before Cells at Work. So it's definitely an inspiration.
Yeah.
And it stars Chris Rock as an officer organism inside the human Frank, who covers the plot for a virus attempting to take down Frank, played by Bill Murray.
Yes, and literally the city of Frank. I'm like, wow, you didn't have to come up with anything there. Before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, include notification updates in the future podcasts and more to pause videos.
Absolutely. So, of course, I had seen this a long time ago.
Yes.
And I remember you asked to see it some time ago, but it being so long ago, you said, I want to see it again.
Yes.
So then we ended up watching it, and it was available on Netflix.
Yes.
In case you haven't ever seen it, it's available on Netflix, guys.
Yes.
So we got to rewatch it.
Yes, and it was really different watching it now because of how far animation has gotten as far as movie making. And movies like this really are not made much anymore. They really stick to more standard things or changing things. They really don't make a lot of creative plots much anymore. It's rare that you see that. Mm-hmm. And seeing that this movie started, as you said, the what goes inside the human body thing, and now a lot of people do. You got Cells at Work doing a whole anime about it. Inside Out does all the emotions, and you even got like several different shows that just do an episode of going inside the body. It's not necessarily a city, but they still got take a journey inside the body anyway.
I think Cells at Work is the closest in being a true tribute to this movie.
Yes.
But they really went in depth in Cells at Work. And if you haven't heard our podcast on that, check it out. It is an absolutely great anime you should watch.
Yes. And for here, this is one of those buddy cop movies. And we notice there's a lot of different takes on the buddy cop movie trope, no matter where it's made here or Japan or Russia or wherever. They really have all these different versions and takes on it. So in here they have that formula, and here it's an officer organism, not kidding, and then it's a sort of tablet that you take, like for the temporary relief of the symptoms, and it's Drix, and it's actually hilarious because Frank takes one pill, and this thing is gonna be in his system. By the end of the movie, he's gonna be in his system forever. So all he needs is one. So I was like, this is the best product you ever will buy. One pill is it, and it will keep working at it.
It'll put them out of business,
right?
But the thing that made this stand out when it was made is, as you mentioned earlier, these type of movies weren't being made. This was new and different. And some of the things about this movie really hold up well. The passing of time.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, such as animation, some things don't.
Right.
It's still funny.
Yes.
It still has some funny jokes, but a lot of the jokes are dated watching them now.
Now, yes, because of the reference they make to different celebrities at the time. And the only other thing I think is outdated is the gross out. And you kind of get the point that, humans can be gross with the food and things. And seeing how they use that for the story and how the body works like a city and all these puns, that part was great. But when it got to Frank himself, what was almost unbelievable because of how health conscious people are now is that Frank eats like he's the most unhealthiest man in the entire movie at the time. He eats no vegetables, no fruit. He doesn't exercise. He lazes around. He drinks. He smokes.
He's stuff out of the garbage and from the ground and animals' pens. And
he's junk food. He's fast food. He's stuffing in can, microwaving stuff, and he's somehow still walking around. The body's on the verge of collapsing. Nothing has happened to him until a virus invades and plans to take him down. But somehow until then, it should have been done for him because he is just really in bad shape, but somehow still walking.
And Bill Murray brilliantly portrays Frank.
Yeah.
And that stands the test of time. It's hilarious. And the daughter that's trying to get him to eat right and be healthy has a losing battle with this guy because no matter what she says, he just doesn't listen.
And they even attempted to make a story out of that. Most of the time, they'll put so much effort into one side and the inside, but on the other side, it doesn't really matter. Like Cells of Work doesn't just ignore the outside; you just focus on the inside, and the guy gets hurt every episode. For in here, it's sort of like she wants him to be healthy because before this became a huge trope. Now the mom passed, and it's inferred that because both the mom and dad didn't eat healthy at all, and she passed first. So she didn't want the same thing happen to the dad, so that's why she really wants him to be in shape and, you know, eating properly. And it's not actually a bad conflict. They actually tried to make it more of a story, like there's a reason behind it. And in his own way, he does try to do better and try to eat healthy, even though he can't stand half the vegetables that are out there. He does try, and I do think that they did a good job of trying to make that into a story where it's not just off the wall goofball humor. They were trying to make something out of it and give a message.
Yes, they had a star-studded cast at that time: Chris Rock, Brandy Norwood, Lawrence Fishburne,
William Shatner, of course, you said Bill Murray, and yes, a lot of big names, and that was a shock because you don't really see a lot of, well, you see big names in animated movies, but it seemed like for the time this was out, they really picked people that would fit playing the roles. Like the one they had playing the villain Thrax was definitely a great fit because he's usually picked for playing these really cool looking villains. And now they just said to pick celebrities. Whoever's popular now gets to be in an animated movie. But for here, they really took time to pick people that would fit the characters because they become more memorable with the ones they chose.
Definitely. So if you have seen Osmosis Jones, let us know what you think in the comments below. How long ago did you see it? Have you watched it recently? Does it stand the test of time for you? Let us know.
Yes. And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and weekly videos on your favorite anime series and anime shows and all things animation.
And as we mentioned, it is available on Netflix to watch. Any place you watch it, you're going to have to pay, whether it's a streaming service or you buy it. You're not going to see this movie for free anymore.
Right. And want to quickly mention that there is an animated spin-off series they had as a sequel to the movie. However, we did see it, and it really takes a lot of liberties. It almost feels like a whole different idea altogether. They still have the thing of the crimes in the human body, but it looks like they focus on different people, which is very strange because it was established to be Frank, and they keep it all anime instead of being a hybrid animated and live action. As for that, we kind of just recommend you stick with the movie unless you really have a soft spot for the series, just want to see more, you can check it out, but really just recommend staying with the film.
Absolutely.
So, thank you for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.